In this video, I will tell you what is the difference between load and lazy load. You have already seen loader.load function. What this load function do, it will load all the document objects into the memory in the form of list. But you can also use loader.lazy load function as well. So what is the difference between the two? Loader.load does the eager loading and this does the lazy loading as the name suggests. Now you will be thinking what is eager loading and what is lazy loading. So as you know, loader.loads will load all the documents, objects into the memory like doc1, doc2, doc3 and so on. So it will load at once. So it will load all the objects into the memory. But this will be problematic when these number of documents are huge. Memory may not be sufficient to hold that much, or it may take a lot of time to load that much documents. So this is a problem in case of eager loading, that when the number of documents or the size of the document is huge, it will create a lot of document objects and it will take a lot of memory and time. So in those kind of cases, you can use lazy load function. What lazy load will do, it will load the documents one by one, but only when demanded. So it is not like when I call this function, it loaded all the data into the memory. No, only when I will demand, only then it will be going to load. So this is the basic difference between the two. So that is why it is called eager, because it is very eager to load all the data in the memory. But it is lazy, that it will not load the data into the memory until I demand. It is best when you have many or large documents and you want to save memory by processing them step by step. So I will extract one document at a time, whatever the document is needed. So that document object I will be going to fetch and work on it. So let me show you this. So you see, I have done the previous example. These are the same files. I have created 400 copies of it. So if you see here, if I go to the properties, it has 400 files. So it was the same file. Every file has 2 pages inside it. So you remember that I show you this, that this is the same file I'm using. Just I have created multiple copies of it. First page has 27 points and second page has the points from 28 to 50. So you see, all 400 files have the same data, but these are huge number of files. So now what I do, I run the same command, which is loader.load, and try to show you the metadata. And because now what it has to do, it has to first load all the 800 documents into the memory. Why 800? Because there are 400 files and every file will produce 2 document objects. So it has to produce 800 document objects. First it has to load into the memory, then you see this for loop and will be called. So you see, I have to wait. This for loop will not be executed immediately because this is the next step after the load function. And after the load operation, this for loop will be executed. So let's see. So I executed it. Now I have to wait. So it is taking some time because all the 800 document objects are getting loaded into the memory. And after loading, now for loop worked and it has given me these metadata information of each and every file. So hope you understand this. So now what I will do, instead of load, I will just change it to lazy load. That's it. Now when I change it to lazy load, I will get the result immediately. Now what will happen when I do lazy load, it will not load the document. It will just move to the next step. That's it. Lazy load will not do any kind of loading at the moment. So what it will do, it will just jump to the next step. Then when I am using this for loop, then I am calling each and every document one by one. Then because I'm calling it one by one, so one by one the document will be loaded into the memory. So now this time the result will be immediate. So let me just tell you again. So this step will not load the data and it will jump to the next step. And because you know there are 800 documents like doc1, doc2, doc 800 like this. So what will happen when this for loop will be called? So then you see this doc1 will be loaded in the memory. Second time this doc2 will be loaded into the memory. Third time doc3 will be loaded into the memory and you can display the details or the metadata information of each and every document. So it will work like this. So you see, you will start looking at the result quickly this time because here waiting will not be done. If I execute it, I immediately start getting the result one by one. You see, I'm starting getting the result one by one. So I don't need to wait. Okay, in the previous case, what happened was first I waited and it gave me all the result at once. But this time each and every document is getting loaded one by one and it is just displaying it. And that's it, I have loaded all my data. So you see, this is the difference between load and lazy load concept. And what thing you have to remember is, like for a few and small documents you can go for load, but if you have a many or large documents, go for lazy load.